CHG is hiring, as you know, if you're watching these videos. We're looking for some A players for 2 roles. So we're looking for an A player attorney who's ready to get in there and kick some ass and make some things happen for some good clients. And we're looking for an A player marketing manager, right? So if you know somebody who's manager or director level in a marketing company looking to go with, a company that's looking for some aggressive growth, holla at your boys, because we're interested.
And that's not a social media manager.
That's not a social media manager. It's a marketing manager.
Yeah.
And we do not require this employee to call Cam Papa.
That's true.
So
Very important.
That's right.
Throw that out
That's
there.
right. In CHG, I'm called Caesar. So thanks for stopping by, folks. We see you later. All right, welcome to the almost weekly recap. So we're currently at the HTM LQM ABCDEFG, and we're going to find Igor. We're going to find Dylan. Let's go to the left around here. Hopefully this guy doesn't hit us.
This LQM is not in the hammocks.
Not in the hammocks, although if you ask Igor,
the hammocks came here though.
If you ask Igor, maybe they are in the hammocks. Anyhow, so we're going to find them. We're currently on Amelia Island, and basically as far northeast in Florida as you can go and still be in Florida. So now we actually brought the children. We escaped from them. John, you escaped from your children?
Sort of. Never escape.
Once they come into this world, they got you. Anyway, yeah, well, let's go see where these people are at. You got anything important to say to the camera?
Not particularly.
No? How about anything unimportant?
Well, Igor just texted out that he was getting his pool shorts, and
Oh, that's dangerous.
I
We
have an
definitely
odd
can't put that on
visual
video.
of what that might look like.
Definitely can't put that on video. Well, look who I found. I found all of CHG. Hey, I gave our CMO a ride in John's car just now.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Hopefully they all.
Do something closer to the ocean.
Listen, before we start the weekly recap, I want to make sure everybody can see the type of footwear that we wear to the beach nowadays. Well, first of all, I got my jacket on, right? Just because I'm looking fly. So I want to show everybody John's beach attire. John, would you like to say hello to the people, please?
What's up? But what I need you to do is show,
Okay, that's enough. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at these wingtips. Those are nice. None of your dark arts, bro. We don't want to see any of your dark arts.
This guy right here is wearing like Indian
This man is
moccasins.
wearing wingtips to the beach, man. Fucking wingtips.
It's a hell of a move, bro. It's a hell of a move. Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and
girls, welcome to yet another CHG weekly recap. As you can see, we're in a very special location. There's only 3 of us. You'll see the 4th in a moment because he's coming over.
That spot right here.
Yeah, I made it so that he could fit.
What's up, Dylan?
Yo, what's going on, Dylan?
What's up, guys?
Oh, it's about time.
Hey, we can get this show on the road now.
Oh, can't wait. So we are CHG, your injury law firm for all of Florida, kicking ass and taking names. So if you need some help, holla at your boys. But what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about what the hell we did this week and what it's like to live in the week of a law firm owner. Ooh, I know you all are excited. Anyway, we're in a very different location from usual. We're not all dressed for the location that we are currently in. We got wingtip shoes. Over here, we got a jacket on the beach. We got Dylan's the only one dressed appropriately.
That's correct.
For a change. It's
That's
nice
true.
to...
But he wasn't
to-
coming to the beach though. He was going to
I was going to a
a
quinceañera or something.
fine restaurant.
Yeah, he's going to a Michelin star.
He also has like a Hanes undershirt on that somebody pressed some logo onto. And
Don't
charged
worry,
him 50
he knows
bucks for.
the specials at McDonald's this week because he stole Ronald McDonald's shoes.
Anyhow, we are in a different location because we're in a different place in the state. Now, we still are in Florida, but we're about as northeast as you can get. We're here at the HTM LQM.
Oh wait, we're in Georgia, right?
Yeah. No.
We're in Florida,
we're
bro.
in Georgia. Right?
I mean, Cubans don't know much from, don't know.
It might as well be Georgia.
Might as well be Georgia.
This
Anyhow,
is South Georgia.
yeah, I mean, close. It's very close. Anyhow, so we're here at LQM. We're gonna learn some good stuff. Igor and I came a little bit early, learned a little bit of good stuff. We got the family here, but not, here with you. Anyway, we're here to go over what we did this past quarter and learn some new stuff for the next ones. So let's start. So we're gonna start off with Papa. That's me. Anybody want to ask Papa what he did for?
Nah.
No one wants to ask anybody
No.
named
Yo,
Papa.
Igor, what are you been up to?
One of the good things you get here is all the support. All the support in CHG.
Well, listen,
Papa.
if he
It's
stopped
Papa,
referring to
bro.
himself as Papa, then maybe we'd be happy to ask him a question. But as
I
long
guess
as
they
he's
ain't gonna be.
making
I guess they
me
ain't gonna be
ask
happy
him-
to ask me a question. Then
Yeah.
Papa ain't stopping.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this week
Papa.
has been it's Papa. This week, Igor and I came up here on Tuesday to get into a little advanced budgeting and cash flow workshop where we got together with a whole bunch of other law firms and put our budget up, talked about it, and they put their budgets up and talked about it, and we got to see kind of what struggles other law firms had, where they were doing well, how the planning was going, what they do to plan, how they put their budgets together. And it was all really interesting. And so you'll learn a lot, both what to do and kind of some mistakes to avoid, so to speak. So yeah, I thought that was great. And then my fam drove up yesterday, wife and kids. And so they get to experience this LQM with us for the first time. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. Who wants to go
So
next?
you go right after, since we did the same thing.
Igor Hernandez. Let me be a good partner and a good co-host and ask you, what did you do?
Mama.
Not Papa did. I was in the workshop with Cam, and we did the same shit, obviously. But I think it was interesting to see that when we think about budgets, we think about, how we're gonna allocate resources, and that's part of it. But it's also like a planning tool, right? You have this plan. This is what you're gonna do. Well, how does that plan get dollarized? How does that plan turn into dollars over time in order to actually be able to do all the things that you plan to do? And so I never really thought about it that way. And I think in this workshop, it really clicked for me that, it's just like, this isn't just allocating how much money we're going to spend. This is about how the plan turns into dollars, because you're going to need this money to pay for the things that you're trying to do in the business. And so it was very good. And then I did that, and then today I put down like 12 hours worth of work into like a 3-hour period, and as you can imagine,
How'd that go? I imagine that went swimmingly.
as you can imagine, that did not work out. And I'm usually pretty good at that. I'm not putting down 12 hours worth of work in 3 hours for whatever reason.
That's typically my role.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time. And
So Mama Hernandez made a mistake, huh?
It did not go well. Call me daddy. Call me daddy.
I won't.
So yeah, that was it. What about you, Dylan? What'd you do?
This past week, it's been an interesting last 5 or 6 days. I actually went up to Charleston, South Carolina to go spend some time with a good friend of mine, one of my old teammates from my baseball playing days, because I don't know if you know, but I used to play baseball.
He doesn't like talking about
Yeah,
it.
No,
I
you
don't-
didn't. Are you
I-
talking
yeah.
like softball or like baseball?
Yeah, it
I
was
think
like
you played
that.
pro, right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
We were like Little League? Or what level?
Well, they did not allow anybody to wear shoes like that. At our games.
Oh, so it must have been Little League. Then.
Okay. So, but no, I went up to Charleston to go spend some time with one of my old teammates, and it was his birthday. Had a nice golf weekend and stuff like that. It was really cool, great city. And I was telling Igor, actually, it's interesting how whenever I'm traveling, I actually get a good amount of work done because I'm not really being bothered by anybody. It's kind of nice to change up the monotony of just like your day to day. And so I was actually more, I think, just like excited about kind of getting work done while I was out of the office, And so, I had to deal with some like little fires here and there with some doctor's offices, get some things lined up for some trials that we have coming up, take care of some demand letter stuff, settle some cases, and then, frankly, a lot of the stuff that we're doing these days is more higher level supervising management work, and we're getting ready to hire another attorney. We're getting ready to hire, I think, lit case manager and stuff like that. But one of the other things I was starting to do was just kind of put down, pen to paper on, say, the attorney pre-suit role, because obviously as I outgrow this role, we want somebody else to be able to kind of step in that so that we are no longer really kind of being slaves to our business and we're just working when we want, But if I'm not going to be in that position anymore, I need to literally think about, what does my day-to-day look like? How is it that I should be spending my time? How is it that I'm interacting with, our staff? And then making sure that whoever's coming into, our operation is able to just look at this document and have a good idea of what their responsibilities are. So I did some of that too. And then I was halfway through a training, which I need to finish. I still need to today. Hopefully I can kind of get that wrapped up. But a training video for our case manager. And that's pretty much it. But that's really what my week looked like. Oh, and then just driving down here from Charleston, South Carolina, which was a pretty drive. I brought my surfboard with me. Pretty happy about that. So going to check out some waves.
Do you surf?
Sometimes.
Legit.
That's it. I think we got everybody. Though.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
guys,
Good job. Excellent.
Well, but before I say anything, is there something you wanted to add? I think you might have left a few things out.
Well, here, I'm sure this is what John wanted me to add. He played in a pickup hockey game the other night, and it went to overtime. And he was like the team's MVP. He had a couple assists and scored in a game that didn't matter much. But he was really excited to talk to me about it because he called me on my vacation and tell me fucking how pumped up he was.
Let me correct the record. It didn't go to overtime. We were down 4-2 with 2 minutes left, and we won without it going to overtime. That's how epic it was.
That's
but,
right. Yes.
be that as it may.
Little League got really epic.
Yeah, right. Once you pass 40, it's like really meaningful.
So yeah, man. For me this week, I've just kind of been dealing with experts on both sides of the V. Took an expert depot, a defense expert depot that went pretty well earlier this week. So that was pretty cool. Got with our own expert in the same field prior to that depot. Got some good information and angles to question this guy on. So that went pretty well for a case that's coming up for trial later this year. So positioned that pretty well. And then something that you don't often want to deal with is your own expert not being cooperative, or let's call it an expert, right? So, having to deal with sort of the problems that fire that, Dylan's talking about. I think we're talking about the same one.
Yeah.
Having an expert that just doesn't, he wants to, I guess, do half the job, but he doesn't want to come in and finish it when it needs to be. So it's an unpleasant thing, I'm sure, for both sides of it, but we have a client to represent, and, we got to do what we got to do on that end. So
He's probably a conservative guy. That's one.
I think so.
It's one of the toughest
Yeah,
predispositions you got to deal with.
Yeah, no, I think what you're talking about it was my case, not Dylan's. So.
I'm sure John's trying to set this up to get all the help for me in the future. Glad to see you thinking long term, my man.
That's what he does, baby. It's what he does.
And then the other thing I did is I went to a juice bar up in Palm Beach and spent 80 times the value of a BVD shirt simply because they put their juice logo on it. Oh, wait, no, that was Dylan. Sorry. So, and then obviously drove up. Well, the final lesson I learned this week was I was looking at flights to come up from Miami to Jacksonville, and they were like a few $100 each. Of course, that's times 5 because I got the whole family coming up here. And I'm like, man, do I really want to spend over $1,000 to go from Miami to Jacksonville? And then 8 hours later driving, yes, absolutely. That's what I would rather have done.
8 hours. It's a 5.5 hour drive, right?
Yeah, but you have to stop when you have 3 kids. Daddy, I have to pee. Daddy, I have to pee.
We'll have kids.
Yeah, best birth control out there. But we're here now, and we're ready to do some HTM stuff and finish the year strong. So, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello.
Wait, you sure there's nothing else you want to add to them?